Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another Spiritualistik pick a card reading. Thank you so much for being here today. Today I have a message to you from a friend of your soul's, a soulmate of yours. So please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. And as you exhale, come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today. We have group 1 on the left with absorbing energy, Group 2 in the center with crystal healing, and Group 3 on the right with lead by example. As always, the timestamps are listed below in the description box. If you'd like to book a one-on-one with me, or you'd like to meditate with me, that is also in the description box below as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me across platforms at Spiritualistik, and I will see you over at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today, I'm bringing you a message from a soulmate of yours. And by soulmate, I mean a friend of your soul. So this can be any manifestation of this soul-connected energy that's coming through. But the first thing that this person, this soulmate of yours, wants to tell you with the absorbing energy card is to release what is not yours. I'm being shown somebody asking for spiritual protection a little bit more. However, it's a little bit of this catch-22 because there wasn't anything that you needed protection from. It's like if you ask for patience, then you're given opportunities to be patient. It's a little bit like this. You ask for protection and you're given things to be protected from. Now, I'm not getting that there's anything super tumultuous that's coming through, but there's something that is, you are assuming in some way, this is from their perspective, you are assuming that you need to do more or be better or change something about yourself in order to fit the mold, to fit the status quo. And it might not be about fitting in. It might just be a little bit of a lingering question of, well, this is what we're supposed to do, right? This is what I'm supposed to believe is true or is good or is right? There's a little bit of this energy. And there's also this vibe of, remember, my love, only take on what you can within your bandwidth and make sure that it's filled with you, with things that help you reach your goals, that help you progress, that make you happy, that make you healthy, that make you thrive. And then fill it up with other people and things for other people and all these beautiful, wonderful energies. It feels as though perhaps you are bringing in a lot of energy from other people. Maybe you are prioritizing someone else's schedule because maybe yours is a bit more flexible, but then it will throw off your day. It might throw off your sleep. It might throw off your plans. It might look a little bit along the lines of you giving yourself opportunities to connect more, opportunities to express more with people. However, the more that you are expressing, you're also absorbing other people's perhaps opinions or directions or unsolicited advice about what you should do or where you should go. And this doesn't mean that you are around bad people who give unsolicited advice and shouldn't be around you because they don't know what they're talking about. It's not this at all. In fact, this soulmate of yours wants to tell you that they love how much love you have to give, but to remember to give it to yourself first. I'm being shown energetically, like this is an energetic pattern I'm being shown, but the way that it's translating is through this example. So I'll share the example. Say that you are naturally quite flexible in your body or in a particular area. Some of you are like, I'm not, it's okay. But if you have a certain amount of flexibility, and you are practicing it, you're strengthening it, you're showing up to yoga class every day, you're nice and mobile, you're nice and fluid. You can say that the joints are nice and lubricated, right? But if you stop exercising or you stop stretching, if you were to stop for a little bit, then it's only natural that you will tighten up a little bit. But that flexibility is still technically present. It just requires a little bit of, oiling up, like lubricating those joints, a little bit of mobility, a little bit of opening, a little bit of relaxing tensed muscles, a little bit of, breathing into it. But that's still your baseline. It just might not be where you're at right now. And so there's a little bit of this vibe when it comes to energy, when it comes to being around other people's energy. They're not saying, hey, don't be around so many people. They're saying you're at a place where you are not as mobile within your energetic flexibility right now, today, and that's okay. Therefore, allow yourself to ease into it and care for yourself first, because you might find yourself absorbing energies of others a little bit more than you usually do. A little more often, a little more subconsciously is going to be a big one for some of you, where you feel something and you're like, why do I feel this way? Oh, wait, that's not mine. And then you cleanse it out. And this goes back to, I guess I need a little more energetic protection. But there's nothing around you that you need energetic protection from. So this catch-22 can turn into a chicken or the egg situation. And the soulmate of yours wants to tell you, hey, you do not need to worry about that at all whatsoever. Release that. Accept where you are. Simply give yourself a little bit more fluidity, mobility in this vibe. So for a lot of you, this might look like actually showing up on your yoga mat. It might look like spending more time in nature. It might look like meditating a little bit, doing some breath work, pranayama, right? Or just making sure that you are being a little more focused on prioritizing yourself first in this current energy. This isn't to say only to be selfish forever. And this isn't to say to release people or situations out of your life. It's saying that if you are absolutely starving, you could eat an entire plate of food, then you eat things that are healthy, you eat things that are smart, you eat things that are delicious, maybe you have a little bit of dessert. If you have less space, then eat what your body needs first, and then maybe, something little that you like afterwards. It's simply a bandwidth energy, but this is not your true bandwidth. This is simply where you're at right now. I'm being shown like an engine, like a car engine. You need to throw sometimes some oil in there. Like, let's just call this like energetic mobility work or energetic WD-40 or something like this. Because say that you are, if you're naturally flexible and mobile to a certain extent, but you catch a cold, so you're not moving as much, maybe you're resting a little bit more, you're laying down. It's only natural that these things will kind of feel like they're fusing together, but it's not actually changing your flexibility and your mobility to what your body is capable of. You're not losing flexibility or strength. However, it will require like a waking up back into it. The same way that even if you are showing up at the gym every day, if you are showing up at yoga every day, if you are exercising every day, you need to warm up your body first before you can access the full height of your flexibility. And then preferably cool down afterwards. And so that's what's going on. You're looking for an energetic warm up and cool down. So keep this in mind. So this friend of your soul's definitely, they love you and they definitely are observing some sort of a pattern. I'm also getting the message here that your energy and their energy do not work the same way. You have different strengths and weaknesses. And so they want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, not based upon what you see set as an example by them or by others necessarily, but by what works for you. That's not to say that they don't set a good example or that others don't set a good example. It's to say that one person's body might really, really thrive from eating blueberries because they need those nutrients. And another person's body might really, really thrive from eating sweet potatoes because they might really need those nutrients. That doesn't make one food better or worse for you. It depends on the individual, right? We're not looking at the comparison between Lay's potato chips and broccoli, right? So it's a little bit more individualized here. So let's see, what's this message from your soulmate here, the friend of your soul? This person is on their way to you, if you know them physically, okay? They might want to hang out with you or visit you or something like this soon. And if you don't know them, it seems like they're in your aura, they're on their way into your life, but there's something here that is like a little bit of a hiccup. It feels like they don't know if they are fully energetically welcome. Like they don't know if they're fully welcome in your energy. It feels a bit subconscious here. And I think that it's a lot of this bandwidth issue as well, or figuring out what goes where. Again, this mobility, warm up, cool down vibe. This person does love you a lot, but they also are a little bit confused. They're confused and they're also detached. Not in a place where they don't care, but in a place where they are accepting of whatever happens. Now, it feels as though, again, they're on their way into your energy here in some way, but it feels like it might shake things up for you, or they're kind of feeling that there's a situation where it feels like, okay, one tower is going to fall or a different tower is going to fall. One of them needs to fall, but it's your life and your path, so which one is it going to be? So it kind of feels like there's this hesitation before they fully arrive into your energy, with making some sort of decision here. And this is also something they want you to know, that they support you, like with their love and with their spirit. Like they support you energetically and lovingly, but they're not going to show up and physically help you with this. They're not going to tell you what to choose or how to choose it. They're the kind of person who will love and support you no matter what. This is not the kind of hypothetically, this is not the friend that will tell you, oh my god, yeah, dump them. This is the friend that says, I will support you no matter what decision you make. I am happy to tell you my opinion, or what I would do in this situation and what I perceive from an outsider perspective. But at the same time, it's your life and your decision, and you know yourself the best. I support you no matter what. It's the kind of energy that's coming through here. However, there's a little bit of a question of, like, historically, maybe in other lifetimes or in this lifetime, depending on if you know them already or not. There's so much happiness between you two. There's so much love. There's so much support. And there's almost this subconscious question here. Again, they're in acceptance. Hey, it's your life. You're going to do what you're going to do. I'm going to love you in whatever shape that needs to take place. Okay, whether it's at a distance or up close, or whether it's spiritual or whether it's more materialized, right? But they look back and they say, like, but it could be just so simple, right? Now, this is a reminder. I feel called to bring a reminder that this is coming from their perspective, which leads me to believe that for some of you, not all of you, maybe it is really simple for them, maybe because you make it simple for them. It might not really actually be that simple in reality. Especially with this absorbing energy card, it might be that you've been working, I'm getting this vibe, you've been working on your energetic boundaries a little bit. And so this person, again, they don't feel as welcome into your energy field. So for a lot of you, you're taking this as, okay, so this is going to define the shape that this connection takes over time a little bit more, but it's still shifting into where it's going to go. And so there's a vibe from this energy that's like, no, it was just so simple before. Just go back to being fully open with me, or just go back to letting me in, or just go back to dreaming about me or daydreaming about me all of the time, right? Or just go back to letting me like be all around all the time every day, which is also a little bit interesting because this energy right in the beginning, they were talking about, hey, I see you giving that energy to other people. And I just want to make sure you're doing what's right for you. So that's very interesting. Some of you, this is someone who is open and they share that same reciprocal energy for you. Others of you, this might be someone who has a little bit of an unhealthy pattern. I think it depends on this person's situation in life. And for some of you, you haven't met them yet as well. So it might be like, oh, in a past life, it was just so easy. Like, just meet me and then we'll go do what we were going to do. And you're like, yeah, right? So easy. So, this person wants you specifically not to stress. They don't want you to stress about whether you are in their life or not. I think that this might be a stressor for you a little bit. Whether they end up in your life or whether they're an active part of your life, they can kind of pick up on this in some way. They don't want you to stress about it. And they also, they don't want you to leave, but it's like they don't want to tell that to you because they want you to feel free. They want you to explore your options if that's what you feel like you want and need to do. This feels very much like, again, with this choice energy, it's one tower that's going to fall or the other one. It kind of feels like there's a shift or a change in your energy field where you can walk towards this person or you can walk away from this person. And it might not be so, okay, we're gonna get married or we're gonna break up. It might not be so much, okay, so we're gonna be best friends or I'm never gonna talk to you again. It just feels like it defines the state of this relationship, this connection, or the timing of this connection, or whether or not it manifests in this life or not. Because for some of you, I'm hearing the song Ghost by Justin Bieber. So a lot of you, this is someone that you are energetically aware of, but you haven't met them yet. So you might be in a place in your life where you are aware, okay, well, I kind of want to walk down this road and I'm feeling called in this direction. But at the same time, it might be procrastinating this person coming into my life, or it might be putting this connection off until the next life or something like this. There's like this vibe of, if I let one thing in, then this person can't come in, right? There's a little bit of a vibe like this. But you feel called in one direction. So this person wants you to know, like, they're trying to come into your energy, energetically, spiritually, physically even. And they kind of feel that there's this choice that you are making, and it's either going to dishevel. I feel like that's a very strong word. I think this person might be a little dramatic, but that's okay. We all have emotions, right? There's a little bit of a shift here in either your connection with them or the, let's call it destined energy with them, because destiny is a result of your choices. It's like the fate that you create through your choices, whereas fate is a little bit more what's already written in the stars and will happen indefinitely, just by traditional definition here. So it feels a little bit more, you're choosing your destiny, and this person can feel this. And it feels like they are a little bit selfish with you, but they don't want to be selfish with you. Or they are selfish with you and they're saying otherwise. This person in some way kind of feels as though, no, things are great the way that they are right now, so why would it change? And you're like, yeah, it's great for you the way that it is right now. Or it could be something where, yeah, but I've been waiting for this energy for a very, very, very long time. So yeah, I'm going to explore other options because that makes sense and it's my life and it's fair for me to get to live the life that I want to live, not just wait for you to get it together, right? And it might not necessarily be that dynamic either. The other one that I'm picking up on here is a little bit of like someone who's in your life and they are very, very used to coming and going as they please. And now they're trying to like show up and there's a little bit of this like energetic resistance here. And they're like, hey, what gives? Like, I like when you have open door policy with me. And for you, it's like, well, yes, but I also have to, like, I want to leave my house and I want to have other people inside my house and I want to close my door and have time by myself and I need to get ready. Like, there's just, it's almost, just, again, where's the energetic focus? Is it on you or is it on something or someone else? And so the soulmate here, it's like they are in some way an embodiment of this for you to walk through, but they love you very, very much. They respect you. They accept your choices. Okay, there's a little bit of there's a spiritual and intentional love and acceptance, but that doesn't mean that, you know, in their mind or in their feelings, they don't like wish that they could kind of be a little bit more present in your life. Okay, they're an embodiment of this. At the same time, this soulmate of yours, this friend of your soul, they also observe the same energetic pattern of you being this way towards other people. It kind of feels like they're not really seeing, well, they might see it, they might not. I think it depends on the individual, but they're noticing the same pattern that you have with others, and they're encouraging you to break it because they love you and they want to see you thrive and grow. At the same time, they themselves are an embodiment of this energy. And therefore, there's a little bit of this, I wonder what is going to happen here. Because they want you to take their advice, but that might actually lead you away from them. Now, they seem like they have a lot to offer you, materially and emotionally, with the King of Pentacles and Cups here. It seems like they can be very mature and they can be very stable, but it seems like they're kind of functioning from some sort of a wound or lack or difficulty or anxiety or even an illusion. Now, those who absorb other people's energy too much, right? Those empaths, oftentimes people that feel really, really drawn to them are people that have a hard time introspecting and doing the internal work. That doesn't make them a bad person. They don't need to be a narc. They don't need to be a train wreck, right? Some people are, so they can be, but I'm not picking up too much of this vibe. But people who like to project energy love to be around people who can really feel energy, the empaths. And so they're looking at you like, wow, you're absorbing so much of other people's energy. You really need some time for yourself. But then also they're encouraging you to set that boundary, to put yourself first a little bit more, to love yourself. And as you're doing this, they're realizing that this also applies to them. And so there's this moment of, well, oh, come on, it was just so easy in the past. Like, oh, just, leave the door open for me. Leave the light on. It's totally fine, right? There's also this energy of, it's your life. It's your choice. I support you no matter what you do. I love you unconditionally no matter what. Of course, I wish that you had the open door policy with me, but if not, I understand. There's a little bit of confusion, but they're trying not to stress over it. It feels like this is an energy that has a lot going on. This can be someone who has 500 best friends instead of 1 or 2 or 3. So this might be someone where they don't really have time to introspect, but they almost subconsciously, intentionally set it up this way. And so if you are a big absorber of their energy, even if it's energetic, even if you haven't met them, even if this is someone where they're like, oh, I can feel you. So yeah, when the timing is right, I'll come into your life and it'll be beautiful, magical, wonderful. And so they get to do what they want on their time, but that's not being considerate of yours, right? So there's a little bit of this energy of this as well. Now, this can be like a beautiful, wonderful, amazing person who's genuinely like trying their best. If this is someone who's super busy, I would say this is not this person. Okay, this person seems like they're not, this person doesn't seem like they have too much going on. It kind of seems like this person is a little bit of a projector. It seems like they have not transformed or they have not grown in a really, really, really long time. They kind of feel like, I'm being shown like Pokemon. It feels like they've reached their final form, or they feel like they reached their final form, but it was just something like going through puberty. It was just something like this. It's not actual spiritual growth and evolution or personal development. So if this is someone that that is like, so if you're like, this could be this person or this person, and you're thinking of like someone who does spiritual work or someone who for a fact is like highly spiritual and doing personal growth and development or something like this, then it's absolutely not them. If it's someone that for a fact is very, very busy, it's absolutely not them. Okay. But it also feels as though there's this vibe where this person is like, well, look at me. Like, I give so much to you. But like, are they giving to you, or are they expecting you to take on their energy? Versus someone who genuinely has a lot going on and they're like, I'm giving you absolutely everything that I can, and if it's not exactly up to your standards, I'm so sorry, but I'm doing my best, and I'm also trying to add more flexibility and more bandwidth there so that I can meet your standards as well as meet mine, because I'm focusing on my life and my growth and my development, and I'm also trying to show up for yours as well. That's a totally different energy. There's a little bit of this open door policy to people who will walk into your house wearing muddy shoes and get mud all over the place, and they'll sit on your couch and they'll throw your pillows on the floor and they'll unravel your blankets, and then they'll ask for some water, and then they'll leave the cup everywhere, versus someone who might not come around a lot because they're very busy and they love you so much. And when they show up with a bouquet of roses. They show up with a 10-page document about how much they absolutely love you. They show up with your birthday gift. They show up with all of the love in their heart. They show up, and when they do show up, they're 100,000% fully present with you. And they're the best version of you, and you feel like you and them make each other better no matter what. Not just make each other comfortable. So there's like this... there's this awareness of these two energies here, and I think that this is part of your personal path right now. Looking at, okay, so they can love you. They can be connected to you by your soul, or can feel that way, for sure. But that doesn't necessarily make them conducive to your growth. I'm being shown, like, there's kind of a difference here between a divine soul connection versus a karmic soul connection. I'm being shown someone I once called a friend who was super like phony baloney with me and expected me to be like answering the phone calls at 2 a.m, 4 a.m, talking to me for 5-6 hours, asking me for my advice, asking me to fix their life, send them money, plan an itinerary, get them an apartment, give them things that I did not have to give them, and then just like whine if I didn't give that to them. And all in the name of like love and spirituality. And I was like, oh, like, okay. I gave them absolutely everything I could. And at the end of the day, guess what happened? They stabbed me in the back because they did not know how to do anything for themselves. They did not want to learn how to do anything for themselves. And as soon as I stopped being a sugar mama to them, respectfully, guess who became the villain? So it's just, there's an energy like this. I'm not getting that this energy here is malicious, but it just feels like they might be unaware a little bit. Ultimately, they love you and they can see, like, this is someone who projects their energy. Now, that's not necessarily always a bad thing. Like, I'm not getting that this is a bad person at all. But essentially, they're able to see this in you, and they want you to grow and evolve and feel more comfortable in your life. They want you to move in a growth-oriented direction. They see it, and they want you to move in that direction. At the same time, they're seeing or feeling that is putting up a little bit of a barrier between you and them, and they're on the tipping point of going, oh, or yeah, essentially just, or like, oh, but it could just be so simple. Like, I don't get it. Where are you going? I miss you, right? Which is okay. But the growth here is what's important. So their message for you is that they see both sides here. They see where you are, and they want you to grow and evolve from here. At the same time, it feels as though this same exact energy, it's very much present in your connection. They try not to stress about it, but they do feel a little bit confused because when you grow, when you're thriving, you're not around as much. And it feels as though this is someone who like puts their options in your face a lot. Like something like this. Or it's someone who tells you, oh yeah, like absolutely someday, but it doesn't arrive. But this would be with something personal. This wouldn't be like someone who's very busy and they're like, yep, I'm getting it done, right? This would be someone who's like, oh yeah, like, we will date after I date these other 4 people, and I just want to like live a little bit and like thrive. And then you're like 45 and you're like, okay, that was really cute when we were 17, but I'm not gonna wait for you for like it's kind of giving this energy a little bit. Like, oh, too soon. And you're like, it's too soon for 15 years? I don't think so. I think it's too late. Like, it's a little bit of this energy. Alternatively, this friend of your soul, this connection here, it's presenting as an energy that you're really comfortable in. You're really comfortable in this connection. And it's also holding up a mirror to a different situation or pattern in your life that actually is healthy for you, that is uncomfortable for you. Okay, for example, let's hold up the mirror of these two kind of people energies that came up before. One about this person who is comfortable, there's a lot of love here, but they project a lot. And you're kind of maybe the fifth person that they'll text. Or you feel their energy and they're like, yeah, like I'll come back around, like, or I'll show up, and you're like, okay, when? Because I'm not waiting any longer. Versus a situation in your life that you're not comfortable with, that's very much like, hi, so I have a lot of things going on and you are number one on my priority list. With that being said, I only have Wednesdays at 5 o'clock free. And so Wednesdays at 5 o'clock, I'm going to give you 1,000% of my attention, and I'm going to do the absolute best that I can. And I'm going to show up for you with love and gratitude and the absolute best of my ability. At the same time, I am prioritizing myself and I'm prioritizing my boundaries. And that might be a little uncomfortable for you because you might not like, I can only do this on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock. You might like, okay, but I want it on Sunday. And it's like, well, okay, those are not business hours, right? It's like this. That might be a little more uncomfortable of an energy. And that's what you're being encouraged to embody. Versus this person's energy where, yeah, they'll be there on a Sunday. They'll hang up, they'll show up, but they also themselves, they're more comfortable for you. So you wouldn't be, if this person drops off the face of the earth for a year, you wouldn't be like, oh my God, where are you? Oh my God, where are you? On a Saturday, right? Versus this energy here that's like, hi, so I have 8 jobs. I have kids or pets and a family, and also you are my number one priority in this entire life right now when it comes to this category. Now, of course, I gotta take care of myself, right? I gotta shower, I gotta brush my teeth, I gotta eat my food, I gotta get enough sleep for my body to thrive, right? At the same time, during business hours, you are my number one priority. However, if you email me after 5 o'clock on a Friday or before 9 a.m. on a Monday, okay, don't expect me to circle back during the weekend, okay? Respectfully. But I can only work on this Wednesdays at 5 o'clock. So on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock, I am all yours and I'm giving it to you my all, right? And so that energy, it's a little more uncomfortable to receive. But it's higher frequency. It's higher vibrational. And that doesn't mean that the unconditional love is not there or that the gratitude is not there, but it is a growth mindset. Because if you are showing up and you're meditating and you're doing your breath work and you're going to the gym and you're organizing your schedule and you're showing up for your loved ones and you're showing up for your job and you're showing up for your responsibilities and you're showing up for yourself and you're doing your skincare and you're getting your eyebrows studded and you're spending time at the beach and you're going for nature walks and you're loving yourself, right? Versus this energy that's coming through as this person. Well, this is what you're more comfortable with because it's more like go with the flow. It's okay because you're going with the flow. You're going with their flow. But their flow, it's not considerate of you. Whereas the other situation that you're learning to grow and embody is, hey, absorb less energy, first of all. Work on that mobility, that flexibility a little bit in your energy field just for right now. That warm up and that cool down energy. And also, with someone who genuinely respects your energy and respects your time, it's not going to be such an open door policy either way, because they expect the same in return. And they expect that you expect the same in return. And that's a more uncomfortable energy for you. And so you're being encouraged to kind of embody this vibe, to take the example of the energy that is holding up a mirror to this soul connection, but is a bit uncomfortable to you, but you know is extremely stable and very much on point. This is someone who might be like, yeah, I'd love to have breakfast with you, but I'm waking up and I'm going for a run and then I'm going to Pilates and then I'm meditating for an hour and then I'm doing my breath work and then I'm going to journal and then I'm going to take a shower and then I'm going to get ready. So I can get breakfast with you at 11:45 on Wednesday. And you might be like, oh, but I want to do it now, right? It's less comfortable. It's less flexible. But that's a higher vibrational energy. It's not about doing. It's about growing, evolving, exuding, embodying, thriving. It's not this energy, it's talking. The other energy, it's doing. So if there's one person who is not into spiritual work. They're not into growth. They're sitting on the couch a lot because they want to, not because they have to. Versus someone who maybe is dealing with so much in life. Maybe they're dealing with health problems. They're dealing with their work. They're dealing with their spiritual growth. They're dealing with their evolution. They're dealing with all of these things. It's looking at something and genuinely succeeding at it and thriving by choice, or avoiding something and letting it get spun through a loop. This energy here is avoiding something and letting it get spun through a loop. Whereas the other energy here, it's showing up consistently and the absolute best. Just not on your time. Both of these energies are not on your time. And this is why they feel so similar to you. But this is also where we have that tower. It's the tower on the one side or the tower on the other side. One of them's going to fall, but it's your choice. I'm being shown that that Native American proverb about the two wolves. There's a good wolf and a bad wolf, and the one that survives is the one that you feed. So it's a little bit like this, that it's a little less good and bad because there's so much love in this situation. This is definitely a soulmate, a soul connection of yours that if you know them, you definitely remember a past life of them where you really feel like there's a soul connection here and it's really beautiful. But that also doesn't necessarily mean that they need to dictate your life or your energy or the way that you move forward in the world. It doesn't feel like they want to do that. It just kind of feels like this might be someone who's used to everybody placating for them. Is that other energy that you're being called to embody yourself? It feels like they're used to absolutely nothing and nobody placating for them at all whatsoever. Therefore, they got to do it or nobody else is going to do it. So when they're going to do it, it's going to be on their time. They got to do it anyway. No one else is going to do it, but it's going to be on their time. So it's a little bit of this energy. So we have a little bit of this like empowered empath versus the empath that's a little bit overstimulated. Okay. So that is a message from this soulmate and also, I guess, about this soul connection of yours as well. I'm glad that this was kind of a bit interpretive about how this came out because sometimes they're just direct channeled messages, but this one was a little bit more, let's look at this from an outside perspective. So I appreciate that as well when this comes through like this. So feel free to check out another pile or another reading. If you'd like a personal with me, they're on Etsy at Spiritualistik. You can find it in the description box. If you'd like to meditate with me, that's also in the description box below. It's the first link. If you'd like exclusive content, I've got an inner circle channel here on YouTube. You can subscribe and then you can join. If you subscribe, you get all my free content. If you join, it takes you behind the paywall and there's extra content, usually channeled messages. And then I also have one on Patreon. I've got a book club there, exclusive pick a card readings that are a little more tangible readings. Hey, what is advice for moving forward with the situation? What kind of... Let's see, like, how are you transforming? Financial advice, things like that, more tangible readings. Yeah, my book club is up there, and then also my meditation collection is up there as well. So if you're interested, you can find me over there as well. All those are in the description box. And of course, I'm spiritualistic across platforms, so you can find me on TikTok or on Instagram, so on and so forth. So I love you, and I'm grateful for you. Have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, magical realm, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 2. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today, I have a message to you from a soulmate of yours, a friend of your soul's. So the way that it manifests can be different for everybody. You selected the second group with the crystal healing card. Group number 2, what I'm getting here is that you are exuding this energy of transcendence and also confidence as well. Now, this is a really beautiful energy, and your soulmate wants to tell you to keep it up with this. At the same time, when you are genuinely exuding and embodying this energy, it can create adverse effects, not to you, but to the people around you who might be very, very comfortable trying to grip onto false narratives, not assume responsibility or accountability, or who do not have trust and faith in the truth and would rather run along mental narratives or whatever's easier for them or wherever they can have a come up. With this energy as well, you are also very confident, meaning that through this energy, your enlightenment, your transcendence, your high vibrational energy, it is not just present. It is not just fluid or spatial or energetic. It's actually crystallized. It's therefore non-budging. And because of this energy can be very, very healing for others. Sometimes healing can be more uncomfortable than doing the wrong thing or getting hurt itself. Not always. But for example, if there is something out of integrity, someone doesn't want to check, they don't want to do their job, they don't want to tell the truth, they don't want to accept the truth, they don't want to grow, so on and so forth, your energy can and will, depending on the situation at hand, force the transformation, force this hand. Now, this coming through you might not always be comfortable, and it might not always be easy, because you are not raising your voice. You are not demanding that things go your way. You are not doing anything other than existing. You are doing what you are supposed to do. You are doing it well. You're doing it on time. You're doing it with love. Therefore, because truth is so undebatable, it creates a ripple effect manifest as a tower for energies around you that refuse to stand in that integrity, to stand in alignment with you. You will see as well that things such as maybe the grocery store that you shop at, things such as the landlord, if you have one that owns your building or your property, you will find things such as the family of your romantic partner. You will find things such as the mutual friends of your friends having tower moments simply because you stand in integrity. Simply because your energy here, it's crystallized. So if somebody wants to start a rumor or take extra money or try to cut corners or lie about something, energetically, not only is it clean and clear for you, it is also crystallized, meaning that there is no wiggle room for external energies. This might make people act out, lash out, perhaps even become aggressive, try to manipulate, act oddly around you. But what you are doing is a form of healing that most healers do not know how to do, have not become initiated energetically into, and also do not wish to do at all. Because it does not just require a little bit of awareness, or awareness of a system so that it can be recalibrated. Rather, it is crystallized. If you try to crash lepidolite against a diamond, the diamond will win every time. And that is what's happening here. One can look at the diamond and they can call it a moissanite, they can call it cubic zirconia, they can call it plastic, they can call it glass, they can talk about it, they can bury it, they can do whatever they'd like to it, but at the end of the day, it is a diamond, and it holds the structural integrity of a diamond. That is non-negotiable. That is not an opinion. That is not changeable. It's not movable. It's not up for debate. Therefore, you can bury it under the ground. You can smash it against a moissanite or a lepidolite. You can put it under speculation and scrutiny and all of these other energies, but a diamond is a diamond. And that's it. Your frequency is very much the same. You find people becoming aware of their disillusionment around you. People's toxic traits might come out around you. You might notice extra hiccups happening around you. It's almost as though I'll use this as an analogy, although it might be literal for a few of you out there because I know how this works. It's like every time someone goes to meet you, this is when pimples pop up on their face. You bring forward what is already present to be seen, to be released. Now, they might walk around and say, "What are you doing? You're always making me have pimples on my face." No, you're not. You are a diamond. There's nothing wrong with rose quartz or amethyst or moissanite or cubic zirconia or plastic or glass. Nothing wrong with it at all whatsoever. But it's not a diamond. It doesn't make one better or worse. The structural integrity is different. And that's it. It has a different purpose, a different frequency. It's not better, it's not worse, it's not more or not less. It's just, if you put a lepidolite up against a diamond, you won't have a lepidolite anymore. And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for you, and it's uncomfortable for them. But this friend of your souls wants you to know that you are so much more of a healer than you realize. You heal in the moments, in the situations that might just seem like an unnecessary pain in the neck to you. And this is not to say that you do not have or deserve or experience positive, wonderful, amazing things, because you certainly do. After all, humanity sees diamonds as such a beautiful, valuable prize. At the end of the day, diamonds are not rare in this world at all. They're not even special. They're just expensive because one guy owns literally all of them. So, you might look around and say, "I don't feel that special. I don't feel that different." There are tons of other empaths, other healers, other psychics, other people doing the emotional work, the spiritual work, the inner work, the shadow work, and this friend of your soul is saying, yes, you're right. But yours is crystallized. You are not a forming diamond. You are not a dying diamond. Your energy field, it's crystallized. It is ready to face anything. So let's see what this message is from the friend of your soul here. They want you to love yourself more deeply. They want you to take even better care of yourself in the playful ways and in the maybe luxurious ways. For example, I'm being shown specifically playing. I don't always get playing with Nine of Cups. It's more of like an emotional self-love thing. Usually I'll get like bubble baths and skincare and stuff. It's maybe like, sure, go get a facial, book a massage. Also go play, emotionally fulfill yourself, have some fun here. It feels as though there are so many energies that try to shuck off their responsibilities onto you. For example, if someone is not capable of being patient or they're not capable of accepting the truth, they will harp at you for it. If someone is not capable to accept that something is not a good idea, they will yell at you, they will go do it, they will find out that you're right, and then they'll yell at you because you were right. It's just this energy here where this person wants to let you know, the soulmate of yours wants to tell you that this is something that you pass through. This is not a permanent state or a permanent experience that you just have throughout your life forever. It is something that you pass through, although it is slow. The situations are slow because your frequency is fast, meaning the situations that you're put around here are very low vibrational because you are very high vibrational to the point that you can move. It's like a sonic boom on a still earth. It will vibrate the entire ground. You can hear it for miles, for kilometers. But that one little, I don't know, rocket ship might go, who, me? I'm this big, I'm very small. Not much to me, but it shakes the ground for miles. This friend of your soul wants to, they would like to travel with you spiritually. A journeying meditation. They have met you before, whoever this is. They've met you before in the spiritual space, in a dream, in a journeying meditation, in a past life Akashic regression situation. I'm being shown if you have a place where you really thrive in connecting like this, like if you sit in the bathtub and have really great past life regressions, or if you have a meditation corner where you sit there and you do journeying meditations, or something like this, they've met you here before and they would like to meet you here again. But it's less about you connecting with them and more about what they want to show you. And it's not something you haven't seen before. Rather, it's something that you did not know how to interpret or translate it, not because you didn't understand, but because you didn't understand or you couldn't feel your way through how this connected with your physical life. It's like, okay, I have this information and I understand, but how does it apply? Like, I haven't walked my journey up until the point where I'm in the situation, or I haven't walked my journey up until the point where I meet that person, or I haven't walked my journey up until the point where this information applies, or this, like, you're given the answer before you're given the question. And it feels as though it's something that you would have been encouraged not to hold on to almost like forget, not permanently, but just to put a pin in it for later. Like, you're given the answer, and you're like, okay, so what is the question? And you look around, you don't see it, and you feel it, but it's not here yet. You put that answer in your back pocket, and what you do is you focus on yourself. You focus on yourself, you focus on your stability, you focus on the good things in this life, you focus on growing and evolving. You focus on your stability, you focus on your loved ones, you focus on doing things by the book, fairly. Again, this energy never lies. If you are energetically pure, if you are energetically in integrity, things will manifest accordingly. That doesn't mean that people act this way. They will not be in alignment with you, but you are there, so they must align to you because you are the diamond. It is not like two energies who are distorted but differently come together and they might learn to share certain distortions and maybe unravel a couple or create a new one altogether. If you have something that is energetically pure and crystallized, unmoving, and something that is distorted, the distorted energy has no choice but to unravel and unfold. And this might be in situations such as your like your housing situation, or situations such as like the family of your lover, or your property management company, or your local grocery store, or the friends of your friends. They have no choice because you do not bend to them. The lepidolite budges to the diamond does not budge to the lepidolite. And you're not asking this. You don't seek this out. It simply is a matter of energetic law. It's simply a matter of fact. And so when you look at the things that you've released, you look at the choices that you've made, you look at where it is that you're going, where it is that you're headed, this something, whatever this is in the dream space or the astral space, is coming up again. They're saying the time is now. The time is now. And you're not alone here either. This is also why you're being encouraged to have a little bit more fun with these situations at hand, because if you are a diamond and you are constantly being used to prove whether or not other energies are diamonds, right? So you take a moissanite and you bang it up against a diamond to see if it cracks. And then you take another one and you take another one and you take another one. That diamond deserves to have a good life and it deserves to have fun too. And you are being encouraged to do the same. It feels as though there's something here that you notice when it comes in, you're guarded towards it, or you clear it out, you cleanse it out, because it wasn't yours. You were holding on to it for later for something else. However, you've carried it in your pocket up until this point, energetically, for most of you. And so this friend of your soul wants to tell you, not only is it time now, but have fun. Go back to the space, enjoy these situations, even though it might not feel necessarily like it's imbalanced necessarily, because it might not. It has been your choice to evolve into a diamond over the course of your soul's existence. But the responsibility that a diamond has, not simply existing and being beautiful, which is truly the only responsibility of a diamond, but the responsibility given to it, being a healer, being a truth exposer, being something to equate other energies to. That comes with a lot of feeling. It comes with a lot of lack of balanced situations, or situations that are not very balanced. For example, people coming to you for the truth, you tell them the truth, they yell at you because they don't like the truth. They're nasty to you. And then when they go experience it anyway, they experience the truth, they come to you with their tail between their legs, their ego comes out, and then they're nasty to you again because you were right, and how dare you? You didn't ask for this, you're simply a diamond, you just exist. But only a diamond that has been proven to be a diamond can truly prove whether or not something next to it is. It's the perfect tool of comparison. But that is not the responsibility of the diamond. It simply is a trait that it can embody. So during these moments, have fun through them, be playful. And I'm also getting, you can bring other people involved, because it's not just a diamond that's harder than a lepidolite. It's literally almost everything. So you can bring in your rose quartz friend, and you can bring in your amethyst friend, and you can bring in your moissanite friend, and guess what? The lepidolite won't stand a chance against any of them. And also, the lepidolite is the stone of calming. And so when that anxiety is gone, the lepidolite breaks. Meaning that you are doing not just healing on behalf of others, vibrational attunement and alignment on behalf of others, but you are also doing them a service, doing them a kindness. You are removing their stress and their anxiety, their panic, their depression from their lives. Even though sometimes they might like to cling to it. And that's a difficult truth to hold and to understand, especially if you're walking through it. Because sometimes it's not that's the problem. Sometimes it's a different truth. It's a different situation. Sometimes it's a lack of accountability. Sometimes it's a lack of knowing what to do. Sometimes it's a lack of enjoyment of your day-to-day life. It's a need for a change. There can be many, many, many things. I'm not here to say that I know everything about all of these things, because I don't. But this friend of your soul is coming through to say, you do so many favors for so many that are not seen and appreciated. And if they are seen, they're not always appreciated. They're sometimes taken poorly, very, very poorly. You give someone a helping hand and they yell at you. It's not very kind. You still helped them, but you helped them just by existing. It's not like you were imposing yourself on a situation. So you can bring others in. You do have a big choice that's around you right now, and it has a lot to do with the positioning of this diamond. The diamond doesn't need to be here. The diamond knows the way out. The diamond has the resources. The diamond has the tools. The diamond has the knowledge. The diamond can arrive at will, and the diamond can leave at will. But wherever it is that the diamond can enter and exit freely, others are held captive, confused, angry, exhausted. Therefore, the free will that the diamond has, simply because it has the ability and the resources and the knowledge to enter and exit at will, they're there by choice. They're not there by force. And when they're there, they make the world a better place. When they're there, they help people out. When they're there, they tell the truth. It's like Plato's allegory of the cave. You arrive at will with resources, with tools, with knowledge, with skills, with a happy face, with a good attitude. You make people's lives happier and brighter and more thriving, and then you offer to help those who wish to exit, who have been held captive, to exit. Your choice now remains. Once you've helped those who wish to escape, even though it's not most of them, do you then go back and try again and again and again? Or do you keep moving forward with your life? To this, there is no right answer. because of your crystallization and your energy, you have a depth and a level of free will that is beyond karma and beyond confusion and beyond disillusionment. Therefore, this choice is yours and yours alone to make. This friend of your soul's invites you back into that spiritual space, back into that medial space, and asks you to sit with these energies and make your choice. Because there will be a new chapter beginning ahead for you. And it will manifest, it will arrive for you. But it will require you to either leave others behind, those who refuse to be helped, or it will require you to stay and continue trying, knowing not only that you might not succeed in helping those who genuinely do not wish to be helped, but also that those who love you, the things you want to see, the soul experiences, that forward movement that you could take, will then be released or missed out on for the sake of humanitarianism, for the sake of service. Now, there is not a right or wrong answer here, because it is your life to choose. It is your soul journey to choose. You will not be confined to or trapped to one option as a soul, but it will dictate the next longer chapter of your life. And human life is very short. And so the friend of your soul would like to invite you into an Akashic space. Maybe sit with them, they'll hash it out with you, or find that space within. And understand, see, know, learn, consider what it is you'd like to choose moving forward. And remember that whatever choice you choose, make sure that there's an element of fun and self-love that you are adding. Because you deserve that which you have become to also exist around you. You have a lot of good things that are beginning to manifest and evolve and take shape in front of you and around you. A lot of good people. But with this comes the choice. Which road do you take? So group number 2, this is a message to you from a friend of your soul, a soulmate of yours. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. If you'd like a personal, they're available on Etsy only at Spiritualistik. If you'd like to meditate with me, it's the first link in the description box below. As always, I hope you have an amazing day, week, month, year, incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, you can join my YouTube members channel for extra content. You can also join my Patreon for extra content. I love you and I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, group 3. Namaste and welcome to your reading. Today I have a message to you from a soulmate of yours, meaning a friend of your soul. So the way that this manifests can be like, oh my god, it's my soulmate. It can also be a friend of your soul. You might know them, you might not. We'll see how the energy manifests here. You selected the third group with the lead by example card. Now, the first thing that's coming through here is that you have been going above and beyond, given your circumstances, your requirements, your energies allotted to you, your positioning in the world, spiritually, etc. You have been going above and beyond, and you have been leading by example. Now, there is still a little bit of an energy here of comparison that this person wants to point out, this soulmate wants to point out. Comparison doesn't feel exactly like the right word. It feels as though you are almost competing against yourself, not in a way that's unhealthy, but in a way where you are looking at how can you optimize this? How can you be a little bit better over here? And it's true, there's always room for growth and improvement, hypothetically. You can always raise your vibration, gain a deeper state of consciousness. You can always deepen your meditation, maybe get one more thing done during the day. But looking to optimize in this way is not conducive for you right now because you're already going above and beyond. You already set an extraordinary example for those around you. And there is a certain point where you want to do better for yourself. You want to be an even better person. Maybe you want to do a little bit more. Maybe you want to optimize or add something new into your schedule. For example, you could be going to the gym one more time a week, or you could be a little bit more efficient at your work. You could be doing your skincare one extra time a week, or you could be not drinking coffee, whatever it is here. This soulmate of yours is asking you to remember that you lead by example. Remember that you are being watched. Remember that you are looked up to. Might be by children around you, maybe people around you, perhaps you have a community. You are even looked up to by people that you do not know look up to you, apart from the obvious. And so this energy wants to let you know that I'm hearing you are looked up to, and you're meant to walk in this way. And it seems that when you equate this into your life, there's a bit of, yes, so I should hit the gym one more time. Or yes, I should try to meditate more deeply. Or yes, I should refine my speech patterns a little bit more. However, a big part of this is understanding that you are not a self-improvement project. Understanding that you should accept yourself the way that you are, or that you can, that you deserve to. And that this is also part of the example that you set. Sure, always understanding that there's maybe room for growth, but also acceptance of who you are and where you are and how you are. These are different types of examples. To put it in a grounded situation, they're showing me a situation that's a little bit more easily digestible here, because it's easy to say, well, yes, I can always be a little bit better version of myself, of course. And of course, yes, I always want to accept myself. The example that they're showing me here is if you are wanting to go to the gym more and more and more, you want to hit your goal weight, you want to have strong muscles, you want to have a PR, a personal record in the gym, you want to lift heavier weights for more reps, you want to be really strong, you want your body to look how you want it to look. That is making, well, literally gains, right? You want to improve your body in the sense. At the same time, you're meant to lead by example. Sure, you show up and you exercise and you like what you do, but the example that you're called to embody internally is the idea of, hey, my body and your body are beautiful and perfect and healthy the way that they are. It is important that you are healthy and that you are happy with your body and that you accept your body. Sure, maybe you go to the gym. Sure, maybe you do not go to the gym. However, it's things along the lines of, you know, it's normal and natural to have fluctuation in your weight throughout the month. Some days you're going to be bloated. Some days you're going to eat sugar. Some days you're not. Some days you're going to go to the gym and you're going to look really pumped. Other days you're going to have a rest day and you're going to feel in your body that you literally need to load up on calories and carbohydrates because it's what your body needs. And that day, guess what? You're not going to look like you just came out of the gym all shredded, right? And it's this acceptance of self, acceptance of fluctuation, acceptance of the fact that whether you are loving yourself by gentleness or by discipline, the acceptance of where you are is meant to come from a place of love. Not that it doesn't, but this soulmate of yours wants to remind you of this. And that's an interesting first message to come out here. So let's pull the tarot and see what this soulmate of yours wants to tell you. You already lead by example. So balance your mental. Okay. Ooh. It seems as though spiritually you have access to a lot of truth. It seems as though you are pretty optimized. It seems as though you are more like you're either smarter or you're more intelligent or you're wiser or you have more truth, spiritual truth, than most. Not just most for whatever group that you're in, just most in general. And they want to let you know that because of this, you do deserve to cut yourself some slack, because it seems that you are able to see solutions to problems that others do not know exist. So you are always moving in ways that seem a little bit like whatever group 3 is on, I should be on that too, but I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't understand the process that's going on here. And this is exactly why. It's important to show it's okay if I don't have all of the answers, because I'm doing what I feel is right for me. because that is an example that can be understood and digested. It's something that can help you be happier and healthier, and it's also something that can help those who look up to you understand and hold and work on as well, without trying to wrap their head around why you're doing what they're doing, why you are doing what it is that you're doing. They understand that whatever it is you're doing, you're saying the truth, you're doing the right thing, you're headed in the right direction. There's no question about that. But the why, it's a little bit far from them. For example, if you climb upstairs to the 8th floor of a building and you shout down the stairwell, hey, the answer's 72, right? They might look up and they might say, I don't know what you're talking about or why, but you're up there and you're giving me information I'm going to need. And so they end up eventually climbing the staircase and eventually getting there, and then eventually, 72 was the right answer. They don't get it. Which is why you're also called to look down and say, hey, if your legs are tired from climbing stairs, it's a really good idea to let yourself rest. Breathe. This is important. So I wonder, why is this the message that this soulmate of yours is bringing to you today? I'm hearing that they, in their own life, they lead by example in an opposite way to you, in a way where when you come together, it almost makes two halves of a whole, like a yin and a yang. Now, this is not, we are not entering a delusional, ungrounded reality here. Okay, you are a complete experience and they are a complete experience. Okay, it's like, if I always like to wear tank tops with jeans, and you always like to wear shorts with hoodies, okay? It's like this, okay? Now, this soulmate of yours wants to tell you as well that it's important that you continue to stay strong and do your best without pushing or forcing or frustrating yourself as well. If you hit a wall, if you get burnt out, if you are genuinely tired, listen to that. That is a way that you can actually optimize this energy as well. It seems as though this is someone who, they love you very much and they want to see you not just capable and strong and balanced and optimized, but they want to see you happy and rested and inspired. I'm hearing the song Inspired by Miley Cyrus. They want to see you with your feet on the ground, not because you built a whole foundation there. You are doing that. You have done that. That's coming with you no matter what. So whether the T's are crossed or I's are dotted are irrelevant, because you're always adding more T's and you're always adding more I's, and you will always go back to dot them. So it's less about whether or not you bring with you this foundation that is exemplary, by the way. But it's more about, if this is something that continues to grow and continues to evolve, how are you feeling throughout the process? Are you centered? Are you happy? Are you present? Are you enjoying it? Now, it seems as though this is somebody who is already in your life, and this is, I'm getting like the higher self of someone that you haven't figured out that their higher self is connecting with you yet, or this is someone you've recently met, or something like this. I'm getting that this person is physically in your life. Some of you came with a person in your mind, and it would be this person, okay? A lot of you were like, oh, a soulmate, I wonder who it is. And it's kind of painting this picture. And for those of you that applies, it might be like, I feel like it could be this person, but the energy feels a little more evolved or a little more open, because it's coming from like a higher self integration of their physical self that's coming through with the message. Because it's giving like very much of a vibe of them understanding that to take the next step for you means to strengthen, means to do more, means to activate, means to take on more. However, this is someone who values rest and knowledge, and it seems that you have knowledge that they are looking to gain, and they have rest that you can learn from. It seems as though this is someone who is playful, restful, and loving, and you are someone who is moving forward, very intelligent, very stable. One does not negate the other, but they do go alongside each other very well. There is I'm getting optimal solution. I keep getting the word like optimizing. You've heard me say it several times in this reading. I don't use that word very often. There is an optimal solution here for you, but it's something that looks like either the road less traveled or it would make everyone else go, but why? I don't get it. In the same way where you're able to have answers and solutions to questions and problems that others don't even see yet. So trust that you are leading by example, not only by your actions, but by the way that you honor yourself, take care of yourself, and love yourself along the way of stepping towards these actions. You are not a machine. You are not a cog in a machine. I'm hearing, what's that Pink Floyd song? Da 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 da. Brick in the Wall. Yeah, part 2. Another brick in the wall. Anyway, this soulmate of yours wants to essentially tell you here that they want you to learn to rest and luxuriate a little bit more. They also want to let you know that they love you and they really look forward to moving forward or progressing emotionally and spiritually in the connection that you have or are yet to have, whatever way that this manifests. This person does see, I'm hearing the song, You've Got a Friend in Me. Okay, they do feel very much a soul connection with you. For a lot of you, I'm getting that this is someone who you might be their first spiritual connection where you'll know, group 3, what I'm talking about. If you meet someone and your soul recognizes them and it lights up, and then afterwards you maybe get a little bit delulu, okay? Now, the way that everyone deals with it and processes it, and then also is dedicated to find truth beyond that, is each individual's prerogative, right? To each their own. But this is the first person. It seems like you are maybe the strongest soul connection they've had to date, or you are the first soul connection they've had to date. So they really feel a sense of love and belonging and like family with you. It feels like you are their soul family in some way, and they feel this and they resonate with this. And so they're here to let you know, essentially, the same way that you would tell someone that you care about very, very, very much, to rest. It's giving a lot of love, like, hey, do your best not to worry, do your best not to stress, do your best not to rest. Do continue to be your big, bold, bright, intelligent self out in the world, but make sure that you're taking time for yourself as well because you deserve it. Make choices that honor you, okay? Not just ones that are best for everyone around you. And they also want to let you know to remember to have some fun, invest in yourself, spend a little bit of money on yourself. And there's something here about a home. There's a hidden intention about a home that's coming through here, maybe moving in with you, maybe traveling with you in different places, maybe becoming roommates, or maybe this person wants to give you a housewarming gift or invite you to a housewarming party or something like this is coming up. But it feels like it's being hidden a little bit because something hasn't developed into that place yet in some way. There's also this vibe of remember that you are loved. There's a lot of pure, really pure and excited love that's here as well. There's also like little messages that are coming through that this person wants to tell you, a little bit more grounded. Like, you're very smart. Your brain, you use your brain a lot and you're very, very smart, which means that you need to feed yourself a little extra. You need to rest a little extra because your brain works a little extra. So you're burning extra calories and burning extra energy. You need to feed your brain. You also need to rest your brain because you use it more than the average person. So you are going to need an extra hour of sleep. You are going to need to eat a little bit more because your brain's using it, okay? They also want to tell you here as well to make sure that you love your foundation. They want to remind you here, which isn't something that you don't know, but wherever you are in life, for you it might feel not enough or like you're still getting somewhere, or maybe you don't know where you're headed, or maybe you do and you're not quite there yet. Whatever it is, they want to remind you as well that you live the life of other people's dreams. Even if you look around and you go, oh, this is really nothing special. They want to remind you that it's not, hey, remember people have it worse than you. It's not that. it's remember, you know how hard you worked to get here? Because you were once not in this position, and you were still in a place where you wanted to be where you are now. And you are. And that's worth loving and honoring and giving yourself a pat on the back. Other people might look at where you are and it seems exemplary. It seems like something that they want to look up to. And to you, it's your regular, normal, everyday life. You lead by example, but also remember that you're setting an example for yourself too. It seems as though sometimes you forget your greatness, or you're very, very humble, which is beautiful, but at the same time, you might be too humble to a point where it's actually not fair to yourself. So just be aware of that. They want to tell you as well that they are trying to become stronger in some way. Okay, they're trying to gain strength in a particular way so that they can help you out. Okay, it might be that someone, maybe I'm just being shown random examples. Okay, maybe they're hitting the gym a little bit more so that they can help you move in a few months, get a little stronger. Maybe they are learning how to cook so that they can help you out. Maybe they're learning about business so they can help you out. It just feels as though they're strengthening something in a way where they're not only thinking about themselves, they're also thinking about you when they're doing this, and it's helping them stay motivated. I'm also getting from a 3D human perspective, this is something that frustrates them a little bit. Because they like it, because they're not just going to the gym for them, they're also going to the gym for you. Because they're not just learning how to cook for them, they're learning how to cook for you. And this is something that is kind of, it's not new, but it feels a little bit like inevitable because it's a soul connection, right? It's kind of like, well, of course I would drive 2 hours to see you, which can be a lot. It can not be a lot, right? That's the distance about from me to LA on a really good traffic day, right? And there will be days where I leave early in the morning, I go up there, I see friends, I spend the whole day there, and then I drive back at night. You know, it's not a lot comparatively, but you know, to someone who lives in, I don't know, Switzerland, that's a lot of driving. So there's a little bit of this vibe of course I would do that for you. And they might be like, oh, dang it, because they would do that for themselves too. But now they're not just thinking about them, they're thinking about you too. And they like it, but there's a little bit of this 5 of Wands, a little bit of resistance energy here. And it seems as though they're not fighting it because they're understanding that fighting it is just fighting against themselves. Like loving you, romantically, platonically, spiritually, familially, take it as it resonates. Loving you in this way is something that also honors them. They want to be like this, they want to feel this way, but it does require transformation, and they're headed towards it happily. So they want to tell you as well that this is something that they're going through. They want to make sure that you are sleeping well enough. There's something here about, are you staying up late at night, or you're waking up very early, or you're not getting enough sleep, or you don't take your naps anymore? There's something like this that's coming through that it seems that they might be minutely aware of. And they want to remind you to get enough sleep and to get enough rest. And there's also little things here, like make sure you're eating enough. Like, did you eat enough? Have a couple extra bites. Little things like if you are sitting on your phone and you're scrolling, that's not considered resting, right? You might consider it resting, but it's actually in your brain and in your body. It translates differently, so it actually makes you more tired. It doesn't actually put your body into rest mode and rejuvenation mode and restoration mode, right? So just little reminders like this, okay? They just kind of want to, not anything that you don't know, it's just little acts of care. Things like, did you eat today? Are you sleeping well? Are you loving yourself? Are you being kind to yourself? Little things like this, right? Little acts of love. Lead by example. In the way that you carry yourself, and the way that you care for yourself, and the way that you honor yourself, and the way that you love yourself, not just through action, but also through being present through that action. So not just loving yourself by showing up to the gym, but loving yourself by loving your body before it gets to where you want it to be, understanding that if you're on a track of consistent growth and expansion, there will always be a next, right? So loving those days where you're bulking and you got a little extra squish, right? Loving those days where you're cutting and you're like, woo, I feel great, but this is not better or worse than me before I started hitting the gym at all. This is not better or worse than the version of me that exists when my body is going through it and I need to sleep and I don't have the energy to exercise and my body and my brain require me to eat a little bit more, right? It's like loving yourself by honoring yourself. Sometimes maybe you're strength training, heavy lifting. Sometimes maybe you're just showing up, you're doing a couple cat-cows on a yoga mat and you fall asleep and that's it. But you showed up. Sometimes it's saying, nope, I'm not doing this at all whatsoever for a while because it genuinely doesn't honor me right now because I don't have the energy and my body is craving extra food and extra rest and I don't have it in me to do this. And that is a form of self-care. That is a way that you can lead by example. They're not encouraging you off your path or to stop growing or to stop showing up for the things you want to do, just to make sure that the process in and of itself is fair to you, because if you look at where you've been to get to where you're going, you have the same trajectory moving forward. So every single day should count when it comes to loving yourself and honoring yourself. Because years down the line, you'll look at yourself today and you'll be proud of yourself. You'll love yourself. And maybe you would have wished that you didn't worry about exercising so much. Maybe you would have wished that you were a little bit kinder to yourself. Maybe you'll wish that you would have eaten a little bit more and not worried about whatever body shape is trending this year, because it's never the same. And they do that on purpose, by the way. They sell tons of hair extensions and tell everyone to grow their hair, and then they sell all of the hair oil and everyone grows their hair. And then as soon as everyone has long hair, then short hair is trending. And when short hair is trending, then they're like, oh, see, now every single person has cut their hair. Guess what? We can sell extensions again now. So now long hair is trending and hair oil is trending and you're always, always, always buying. So don't love yourself based upon the length of your hair, whether or not you have bangs, what kind of bangs you have, whether or not this year butts are trending or being super, super skinny is trending or hourglass shape is trending or like muscle mommy is trending. Okay, doesn't matter. You love yourself along the way. If you want to play, you want to change shape, you want to build a foundation, beautiful, wonderful, magical, do it. But love yourself along the way. Because you'll look back inevitably and you'll go, you know, I don't like how that trend looked on me. Ooh. Or, you know, I really, really liked that. I wish I had consistently stayed with it, even though it wasn't trending. So, maintaining this throughout your day, throughout your life, that love in the day-to-day is what you deserve. And this person also wants to, they want to provide for you in some way as well. But it also feels like just it's not there yet, or they're not there yet, or something's not there yet. I'm just getting this vibe of there's more to unravel later. It seems as though they are processing some sort of a soul growth and trying, like their mode of loving themselves looks like loving others or learning to love others, and it's a transformation they're going through. And it seems like for you, it's a little bit of the opposite. You love others so much that you have to remember to bring it back around to yourself. And sure, you love yourself, but you're like, yes, okay, I do. Next, how can I help other people, right? And so there's kind of this just polarizing effect here that's showing up. Again, it's like I wear tank tops and baggy pants, and you wear shorts and a baggy hoodie, right? There's nothing, we probably maintain the same homeostasis there. There's nothing crazy going on. But, you know, if my shoulders are cold, maybe I can throw on a hoodie, you know, and if someone else's legs are cold, they can throw on some baggy pants. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It's just opposite manifestations of a similar sentiment that's going on here. And so this soulmate of yours wants to tell you to set an example for yourself. Like, I'm being shown just walking through your day, wow, I love me so much because I have such good, like I put on my favorite music and I take such good care of my hair, and when I'm tired, I let myself sleep. Like, I've really got my own back. Like the way that you would talk about if you had a friend or a lover or a family member that was really, really, really just, you know, they made me food, They sat me down for a nice meal. Not only did they cook me food, but they cooked me my favorite meal. That was so nice. Oh my gosh. And they even learned this cool new hairdo that I thought would look really, really nice on my face. And it took them a while to learn it, but they did. And they sat down and they put the time into it. They tried it a few times and it looked really cool. So then when we got to go to that event, we had our hair done really, really nice. Wow, that was so nice of them. Oh, and they even spent a little bit of extra money so that I could go see my favorite band in concert. Oh, wow, that's so nice of them, right? Except it's you that's doing these things for yourself. And it doesn't need to be above and beyond. It's just looking at yourself like this. That's what this friend of your soul wants to tell you, essentially. That they love you so, so, so much, and they want to see you deepen that love you have towards yourself. So, group number 3, this is a message to you from a soulmate of yours. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. If you'd like a personal, I have one-on-ones on my Etsy shop at Spiritualistik. And if you would like to meditate with me, it's the first link in the description box below. Definitely check out the meditation retreat. I highly recommend it. It's yours forever. So you always have those as a resource in your pocket, no matter where you are on your spiritual journey. It will level you up for sure. And with that being said, too, don't forget to check out my Patreon or my YouTube members channel for extra content as well. I'm Spiritualistik across platforms, so you can follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here as well. I love you and I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.